So I thought I'd give you a tutorial for a bandaged 4x4. I don't see these on YouTube, and this is for the 2x2x4 bandage block. Now your bar could be here on the corner of the puzzle, or it could be down the center. And the algorithms I'm going to show you work as long as you have an R layer and two free turning U layers. And so that's why the algorithms work for both of these puzzles, and probably other puzzles too. These puzzles are a little bit different in the way that this one takes a little less time to solve because there are only 7 edge pairs that need reducing, and on this one there are 10. How I solve these puzzles. Okay, let's start with this one, and like I said, they're very similar in the method of solving. On this one, I like to first put in the white and the red centers, and then reduce the blue and the green centers, and then reduce these centers, which these centers are a little bit trickier than these centers, but pretty intuitive how to do it. And then I put in these edge pieces on this puzzle so that I have this entire line of pieces around our bandage bar. And then I reduce the edges. But when I reduce the edges, you want to reduce them so that they're oriented properly, because you can't flip them later, because to do that you need 3 faces around a corner, 3 adjacent faces around a corner, so that you can change the position of an edge piece. But from here, because of this bandaging, you cannot do that. You would not be able to flip this over. So it's important to note that when you're reducing these pieces. And what I'll do first in the video is I'll show you the moves that I use to solve these types of puzzles, which are necessary because you can't use normal parity algorithms. And so I will show you the move for how to flip a single edge pair that's on the back right. And I will show you a 3 cycle to move this to here, this to here, and this to here. And also the one to do that in reverse, this to here, this to here, and this to here. And those are very helpful. And also how to swap 2 edge pairs. When you get to the end of the solve on this puzzle, after the edges are reduced and these are in place and these 2 corners are in place, these corners will naturally just be in place, and then you solve the edges. On this puzzle, however, you may get to the end and you might have a swap of 2 edges, which is really a 3 cycle. You just give it a turn, and then you'd use an edge piece series, corner piece series to cycle these 3 corners, which is possible because you have a L and an R move. Yeah, so we'll get into it, and I'll first show you the moves to flip this edge pair. We're going to flip the orange blue, and that's on the back right. Make sure your bandaging is on the bottom, and for this puzzle on the left. For this puzzle, just on the bottom. On the bottom going this way. Don't try to do it like this. You'll have a hard time making R moves. So blue-orange. Little u twice, R twice, little u prime, R, U, R prime, little u, R, U prime, R, little u twice, 2RU 6 times. So 2R1, 2R2, 2R3, 2R4, 2R5, 2R6. Okay, and then R, U, R prime, little u prime, R, U prime, R prime, little u prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime, little u twice. And that flipped that edge pair. I'll use this puzzle to demonstrate how to do a 3 cycle between 2 edge pairs, and make sure the 2 edge pairs are on your right. And we are going to do a clockwise cycle where this is going to come to here, and it's going to move into there like that. and this one is going to flip and go down here, and this one will swing over to be in place like that. I hope that makes sense. This flips over so that red will be here. This piece will flip and move down here, so orange, green will be here, and then green, orange here. And that is RU, R prime, little u, RU prime, R prime, little u, RU, R prime, little u twice, 2R, little u twice, RU prime, R prime, little u twice. And we have some other things that moved around the puzzle, but we can see our edge piece has moved over here. And so this one was here, and let's see if we could just put it back here really quick to see. Yep, and just like we thought, this piece that was here moved over to here. This piece that was here flipped and went here, and the piece that was here swung around and came back here. Swang. Is that a word? Anyways, so let's see. How would we solve this now? Well, we might want to if we go in the opposite direction here, then we'll have two edge pairs that need flipping. If we move this here and this here, then the orange green won't be oriented correctly, and neither will this. But if we go here to here, so yeah, this we're going to do the counterclockwise now, and that'll solve it. And so counterclockwise, for some reason, this isn't completely backwards. The first three moves, anyways, R prime, U prime, R, little u twice, R, U, R prime, little u twice, 2R, little u twice, R, U prime, R prime, little u prime, R, U, R prime, little u prime. And there we go. All right, so you're at the last layer of your puzzle. Now, this is similar for this one. On this one, when you get to the last layer, you just have to move the top, and then all your corners will be in their right places. They might not be oriented correctly, but they're in the right places. On this one, you may need to do a corner piece series. For example, if you want these to move clockwise, you would just do a and that moved these three corners clockwise. So you don't need to do that for this one, but let's look at our edges. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to swap these two, and then this orange one will be in, and these will be out. These two pieces will be flipped, but then we'll do the algorithm again, and that'll flip those back. So this is your normal algorithm for swapping the front and the right top edges, and that's 2RU, 2RU, 2R2U, 2R2U, 2RU, 2RUI, 2R. All right. So like we said, we'll put our corners back. And we have swapped these, but that's okay. We're going to do it again and that'll fix them. So let's see here. Yeah, what we want to do is we want to swap these two so that green will be where blue is, and then that'll give us a swap of two edges that are across from each other. So yeah, and then red will be in. So we'll move those two pieces here to our top right and top front, and we'll do it again to our U, to our U, to our 2U, to our 2U, to our U, to our UI, to R. All right, let's move our corners back to where they're supposed to be. And now we'll see that we need to swap two edges and make sure that they are in the front and in the back. Let me bring up this. Okay, here it is. All right, so the algorithm to swap these two are little u twice, 2r, little u. Now we're gonna do a 2r twice. We're gonna do r twice, and then we're gonna do upper and lower u twice, and we're gonna do that 3 times. So 2r, 2u, both layers, and we'll do that 2 more times. 2r, 2u, both layers, 2r, 2u, both layers, little u prime, 2r, little u twice. And that swap those. Now the last step is to orient the corners, and these two corners need to be oriented correctly. We need two corners that are next to each other. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the puzzle like this. We're going to do this counterclockwise, so that'll be out, but this will be clockwise and that'll be in. And it's basically a soon, a 2u, and then an anti-soon. So RU, R prime, U, R, 2U, R prime, and then we do a 2U, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime, 2U, R. All right, so now we have two corners that need to be oriented next to each other. This one will go counterclockwise, and this one will go clockwise, and then we'll be done. RU, R prime, U, R, 2U, R prime, 2U, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime, 2U, R. And then we'll just put that back. And that's it. I thought I'd give you a little demonstration of this solve. Something I thought of was because this one, when you get to the last layer, the corners are already in and you have to do the edges. This one you could do the edges and then do the corners last. That seems like it would work. So I'm just going to show you really quick what I like to do. And first I'm going to put in like the red or the white centers. Let's start with white. I see a white piece right here and a white piece right here. We need to pair them up so that they can slide in. And I can't pair a piece up with the white piece here because it just won't fit in there. But if I turn it over here, now I can put the white pieces in. So let's look for the red pieces. Here's a red piece. We can't pair it up by putting a piece here, and we can't really pair them up on the top and then, well, yes we can. We absolutely can do that. There we go. All right, now let's reduce the blue and the green centers. Okay, here's a green and here's two green pieces right here. Great. We could put in these two, but then that'll leave that one. So let's put in this piece, and then we'll put in those two together. So let's see, how do we do that? Well, we could just go like that. There we go. And now we're going to, we don't want to break that up, so we'll turn this up. Put the green pieces. All right, let's go over to blue. And we have some blue pieces down here. We want to get a blue piece up here so then we can drop two in next to each other here. And we do notice that we already have orange up here, which is good. Let's get the blue here. Let's see here. Let's yeah. Okay. We're gonna need let's put this blue piece up top. Let's see here. Yeah, let's just do that for now. And then we'll pair this with that one. And then slide it in. And there we go. We got lucky that these two centers are already done. Let me just see here. Try to show you what can happen if they're not and you need to swap some pieces. So we need this orange one up here and this yellow one over here. So put this orange one back here so that it slides right here. And we want this yellow one, we're going to push it away and push it out. Like that. And then this one we're trying to flip. Let's put it, because yeah, we want to keep this blue piece here. What we want to do is when we put this up, we want this to then be yellow and this to remain blue, and so then we can slide those center pieces in. So we got to keep in mind that we want this blue piece to go back and we want a yellow right on top here. So what we'll do is let's see, we'll keep this yellow close to us right here so that once we push it out of the way and then we move the blue over, yellow will drop next to it just like we want it to, and we move it out of the way. Put this up twice and then back down, and then we have our yellow here and we can finish the centers like that. Okay, let's pair up some of the edges and let's see if I see anything here right off the bat. Okay, so for example, yellow and orange. We're not going to be able to pair these up right now because they're directly across from each other, and we need to go next to it. So let's ignore that for now. Let's see here. You know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. We haven't solved these edges yet. Before I start reducing any more edge pairs, I need to put these in. So green and white, where is it? It's right here. And what we know is that if the green and white goes here, then it'll fit. So we're going to move this piece twice over to where it needs to go so that then we can put it in. And we'll put it in. What we need to do though is really, we don't want to mess this up, so move this out of the way and put this up, then put it in, now put it down, and then we can return it. Yeah, that's smart thinking right there. Okay, white and blue. If it was right here, it'd be easy, but as you can see, it's all the way on the other side of the puzzle, so we gotta do that same thing again. Let's put it up. Let's do this over twice. Put up, slide it in place, put it back down, undo that. Okay, and now we need red and green. Let's see, same thing, this is gonna go on the opposite corner. So we'll do this twice here, and then let's move it out so we can put it up, put it in, put it back down. All right, one more, red and blue, and yep, it goes over here. So let's move it out of the way first. Let's move this twice. Okay, this is, we need red and blue to go here. So up, put red and blue there, and back. Okay, now we can start reducing the rest of the edges. And let's see here, green orange. Where's our other green orange piece? Right here. Let's put them opposite each other like this. All right, so we notice that this green orange piece is not oriented correctly. It does match with this green here, but there's no way to put it in here. When we try to put it in there, it's flipped the wrong direction, and we don't have, yeah, but this green orange piece, that one's oriented correctly. So we're gonna pair this to that piece because it's oriented correctly. We're not gonna pair this one that's oriented correctly over to the one that's not. Then we'll have a backwards edge. So it's like the normal 4x4 type stuff where we put an edge together, and what you can do too is you can try to do you can try to fix a couple at a time. Like we noticed that we have a blue orange here and it is oriented correctly, so we could look at this blue orange and say, will that go? Yeah, it looks like it will go next to it, but the problem is we don't have this back move, so we're not going to get it there. We're going to knock out this blue and yellow, which is oriented correctly. Let's see if we have another blue yellow we could yeah, again, not going to happen, so we'll just do the one and then return. Okay, we got blue and yellow and green and yellow, and I think we already discovered that the... Oh, here we go. Okay, blue and yellow. This one's oriented correctly. This one is not. So we don't want to move the one that's oriented correctly over to the one that's not, because then we'll have a flipped edge. So we'll go, let's see, yeah. And go from here and put the one that's not oriented correctly over to the one that is. And let's see, this white orange is not oriented correctly. This yellow orange is not oriented correctly either, so we're not worried about trying to make any more pairs. We just want to be careful that whatever we put up back to the top isn't an already solved one. Okay, anyways, that's just me demonstrating a little bit of the solve. And I think from there you'll be able to figure it out with the rest of the tutorial.